Great. Now, counter-offer management. Here's your next task. I think I'm kind of-ish on time, 10 minutes behind. Now, you've got 5 minutes to discuss amongst yourselves. With counter-offer management, what do you need to know? What does your client need to know? And what does your candidate need to know? And what do you need to do? There are steps to do with counter-offer management that start right from the first interview with a candidate. We'd like to draw this out of you on your tables rather than give you it. Please. So 5 minutes. One of the key things people said they struggled with was counter-offer management. So when somebody's messed you about and isn't really looking for anything apart from getting a pay rise where they are, or they take a job where they are it's not your job, or they stay because they're counter-offered in their current company. So that's why we wanted you working on this. We think you know the answers. Champagne, is it? So what do you need to know? And we do have an answer sheet for you with loads of stuff on this. We're going to give this out separately, but we want to know what you know now. So what do you need to know in terms of counter-offer management? Just shout it out. Right, who else they're going for in the first place and what that job is, etc. So you need to knowledge of what else they're going for. Brilliant. What else? How strong is their reason for leaving? Definitely. And a tip for that is also probing, why else, where else. And you're obviously of great value to your company. How are they going to react when you resign? And you get them thinking about that in advance. And how much will you stay for if they try to counter-offer? So you're talking about it up front. It's a bit like when you set up a business, you're doing a SWOT analysis and you're thinking of all the threats. What could happen and how are we going to manage it? That type of thing. So, what else?
We were discussing on that point at what stage of the recruitment process, and I would say, personally, when I give an offer to my client, that's when I would bring up the idea of counter-offer, and then it was discussed as to when in the process.
So you mentioned it face-to-face. You mentioned it at the offer stage. And I'm recommending you talk about it all the way through.
We do it at the first stage. First have a conversation, because we normally deal with a lot of overseas.
Yes.
We always ask the question, if you were to be offered a position in your home country, would you still be coming over? And then we get to see their commitment and we can, take out the counter at that stage.
Yeah, so start going for it.
First bit of conversation.
Yeah.
You commit, checking their commitment. That's another form of testing their resolve and their commitment.
Definitely. And get examples. So what would that mean to your family, you coming over or staying? How would that affect you? The more you know about their motivation, the more chance you've got of managing this. And actually sifting out those that are going to waste your time, because you may as well put someone else forward if you know someone's messing you about. Your job is to protect your client's brand and the candidates and yourself. So you're kind of a three-way relationship here. It's tough, isn't it, being a recruiter? So well done. Do you all know about the 83% statistic?
83% statistics are made up.
Well, I can't quote where this came from, but the 83% statistic is about, 83% of people who are counter-offered by their current employer are not there 6 months later. And you need to share that with your candidates, maybe at offer stage. So you do know. So you're going to go resign, are you? Great. Now remember the reasons why you're leaving. And remind them of all of that. And remember, they're going to have to pay you 50 grand more to get you to stay, to put up with that. Do you remember you said that? Because they're all excited, aren't they? And everyone's going to say, oh, do stay, do stay. No, they don't mean it. They hate you. Come out. 6 months later, you're not going to be there. And there's various reasons why that I won't go into now, but I'll tell you in the bar if you're interested. What else? What do you need to know? Anything else?
I always ask the question, if I was to find your ideal job, describe it to me so I know you need selling points to a vacancy, I'll be selling back to my candidate. And you said you wanted ABC, I've got you ABC.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
Take it. Okay, good for you. Okay, what else? What do we need? What do clients need to know? What does a candidate need to know? What else have you got written down?
The candidate needs to be reminded
out with anything for an extra 20 grand. Yeah.
But no, there's a fundamental reason why they came to you for a job in the first place, and why aren't they offering you? Why didn't they offer you that salary 6 months ago?
Yes.
Why aren't you on that salary now?
Yes.
They don't value you as a person, as an employee. If only now when you're threatening to walk out the door, they're offering you.
And if you pre-warn them of all those things, the reasons they were leaving in the first place, before they go give their notice, that they're stronger. And the fact that if you do ask them at interview stage, how are they going to react when you resign, you're obvious of value to them, they start that process now. They start to leave psychologically now, before it gets to the interview stage. So are you going to...
I was just going to say, sorry, because we use the terminology planting the seed of doubt.
Plant the seed of doubt. How manipulative is that? But it works, obviously. It is subliminal, absolutely. Yeah, good point. Good point. What are you going to say? Sorry.
Just really, when we were saying that how they kind of why they consider it in the first place, I mean, have their motivations or needs changed? Because
yes. Has their motivation changed? That's why you need to talk to your candidates, because their situation will change, and you need to be up to date with that, don't you? Anything else?
I think the client needs to know that you've done everything you can to say that, basically, if the counter happens and they stay, the client needs to have faith in you that you did everything you could to bring a candidate that maybe could have been hired. You haven't brought someone forward who was just window shopping.
Yes.
To have the faith that they're going, well, okay, well, you've been counter for someone else.
Yes.
You want to keep that trust there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you need to also let your client know what other offers these people have got, because they might come back with something else. You never know. Who keeps in touch with people during the notice period and encourages their clients to, oh, well done. Well done. I lost a massive placement once for not doing that. Big lesson. 8 grand that was. And in the 90s. There was a lot of money then. Because it was a 6-week notice period and I had never been taught to keep in touch. So every week or so, be in touch with the candidate and encourage the client. Tell your clients they need to be in touch with the candidate, because there's competition out there for these people. And you also need to get them to take their CVs off job boards. Sorry, people from job boards here. But take them off and tell them to close down other options, because from your client's point of view, they want to know the candidate's serious, because you don't want someone else coming along in this 4 to 6 week notice period and nabbing them, do you? So it is a bit manipulative, but I think that works. Anything else, Emma?
There's a whole heap of stuff that's on the sheet, but one of the things, and it goes back almost to the actual talking to your candidates, is to, if you can engineer it, speak to their partners. And in the old days, before mobile phones and the like, you'd always have to speak to your candidates at night on their landline at home. And that was a great opportunity to say to the wife, in normal instances, so how do you feel about living in Hull? And if she goes, what? No chance. You know your candidate's not talking to the most important decision maker in their life. High chance of losing them. If in turn she says, oh, I'm made up about it, my family are from Hull, you're pretty confident on that one. So that one, and it is simple as phoning them at home on their home number at about 6 o'clock at night.
When they're making tea?
Well, because the person you're talking about will be travelling back from work.
Okay.
And then you get the partner.
Did you ever instigate any divorces? Just a thought. I bet that went through some other people's minds.
My first question is, have you told your wife?
Yeah.
No.
Mike has got a handout for you all on this. There's loads of tips on this. I do workshops that take half a day on this alone, but it's all about minimising the risk. From your candidate's point of view, you don't want them turning down a job that they love just because they're flattered, and offered more when they come to resign. Help them make the right decision. But for God's sake, put them into a good job to start with. It's got to be better. But is there anyone got any burning desire to share anything else on this subject?
We also ask our clients to send out the contracts as soon as possible.
Oh, yes.
Because as soon as that's gone out, before they've even obviously had their notice in,
yes.
Not everybody does, they get an offer letter, but
yes.
the actual contract.
Yes.
I feel that people feel, when they've got a piece of paper, they feel much more committed to something.
That's a good point.
It's that getting that commitment, and if you've done, as you say, from the start, you've fed doubt into people's minds. When the So
yes.
3 weeks later, they're not going to get it because they didn't do it in the first place.
Yes.
They're disappointed they're not counter-offered.
Yes.
Talk to them so much about it.
Well, that's right. So talk to them about it. They don't get it, so they're upset. they
Also
don't like
set
this about it. But get the offer out
and set
soon.
up a call with the line manager for immediately.
Good
as soon
idea.
as they've said, yep, give them a verbal, set up a call with the line manager, because they can start to engage in the same way that whoever's going to be counter-offering.
So it cements the relationship. It's a really good point.
I could also say on that point, when they accept verbally, or well, it gets moving on the phone for me, I would say, have I got your 100% commitment?
Yes.
Accepting this role, and they agree, yes, I have, and
yes.
the relationship, for them to go back on that
yep.
and accept a counter-offer is against the relationship that you've built and the commitment they've given to you.
Yeah, so asking about the commitment. Some consultants I see say, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in this? And if they say 9 or less, what would make it a 10 then? And share that with the client so they can make it a 10, because it might just be a misunderstanding. And you need it to be a 10 because they've got a 9 offer elsewhere. Yeah? There's a whole load of stuff we could do on this, and we can talk about it at the bar if you'd like to afterwards. I know some of you have got to shoot off, so you can email me afterwards for any questions if you like.